we do have the blue skies with some cloud cover and overall a pretty nice day. It's certainly feeling on the warm side though, considering our average high is 72 and that's where we started this morning, and now we're at 80 degrees. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, and you can see the blue sky and sun mixing in and making you feel pretty warm in a lot of spots, including north of the lake and other spots on the south shore in the upper 70s to about 80. Again, the rain really focused to our north. This is kind of where a warm front is surging to the north and off to the north of the rain as well. And that is all kind of aiding with our southerly winds. You saw they were breezy up to about 15 or so miles per hour. All of this bringing in moisture to fuel some showers and storms. Not so much today, nothing to really bring a lot of rain to us today, but tomorrow. So this is tomorrow, Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. The big level 4 risk. So unfortunately going to be probably some severe storms, maybe some tornadoes, maybe even some significant tornadoes in this area outlined. A little lesser risk for severe weather at Jackson. And then here we are at the level 2. This is very common for us. Level 2, slight risk of severe weather when we have an active system moving in. This is, you know, I think kind of the usual one where we have a few warnings, maybe a few high wind gusts, possibly even some hail with this system or an isolated tornado. But really the widespread sort of severe weather will be in those areas farther to the north of us. So today our expert weather, local weather expert forecast for Schriever, we're going to go down there south of New Orleans, and been there for many a school visit. Temperatures for you today probably topping out around 83, and we will keep just a slight chance for rain, and really farther north of Schriever and probably even farther north of New Orleans is where we would find any scattered showers or storms today. I have a 30% chance. It may actually be a bit lower than that in many spots, but the closer you get toward Mississippi, and especially in Mississippi and southwest Mississippi is of course where the rain is ongoing and the higher chance. Tonight we'll have clouds, maybe a shower or two, but it looks mostly dry actually for most of us tonight. Low temperatures around 72 tonight, and then we're back into the lower 80s on St. Patrick's Day. A breezy, warm setup, and we do have a high chance for rain, but it's probably going to be later in the day. So this actually might be one of these setups where we're kind of waiting around for a long time before we get the rain, but when we get it, it could be strong. So here's a rough timeline. Keep in mind this could change a little bit, but the morning looks mainly dry. We'll say after about 1 p.m. to 5 or so, there could be a couple of probably isolated or scattered storms. Those could be severe. Then the bulk of the storms and rain arrives after about sunset, or 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. And then by midnight, we're already seeing the rain come to an end and cooling down. So here's our high resolution model, and I wanted to give you an idea of what we can expect. This is 5 p.m. today. Notice it does kind of just what we've been saying, keeps most of the rain to the north, maybe an isolated shower. This is by sunset, but you know, not a whole lot of rain for most of us today, I think. Tomorrow morning, we start off mainly quiet. There might be an isolated shower. This is 8 a.m. in the morning. And then we'll fast forward all the way to 1 p.m. And only just now are we starting to see some isolated storms starting to develop, and really the more likely area would be farther to the north, but still we do have a slight risk of severe weather south of the lake too. But just wanted to point out there's not a whole lot going on in the afternoon, but where there are a couple of storms, those might be strong to severe. Here we are even by 5 p.m. The line of rain, the bulk of the rain is just out to the west of us, and we'll fast forward until 9 p.m. This particular model has about 7 to 9, maybe toward 10 p.m. that we'll have rain in the area. Those could be strong. And then this is midnight, most of the rain leaving the area by that point. So tomorrow I would anticipate our rain totals to be, models are kind of going with lighter amounts farther south, maybe a ½ inch there, and maybe up to an inch or two north of the lake. So we will get the rain again. It might be expected a little bit later in the day, but I would also be aware we could have that afternoon storm coverage, not as widespread though. And then Thursday, we start in the 50s for the morning, and look at this cool down. Friday, we start in the 40s to about 50, and by Saturday morning, with cooler air continuing to filter in, we could start even south of the lake with lows in the upper 40s. So sweater weather back on Thursday through the weekend. It looks nice with those highs in the 60s, and then we'll be warming up again a little bit at the start of next week.